Hey, what's going on, Taco fam? It's been a long time. If y'all looked in the community post, you'll see that my camera actually broke. So yeah, I haven't been able to record that much from this, and it kind of sucks. So I haven't really been able to post anything. Plus, the format's been kind of bad, like the past two. So I've barely been playing. But our boy Genroku came out, so of course you know how to play Tenpai. So I actually made first in a Mulcharmy tournament. So you see, got three Mulcharmy coming in first. I definitely needed this card today, and I couldn't borrow it, unfortunately. But hey, I lucked out and I won. So thank God I won it. But yep, I guess we can go over the list. All right, so I played a decent amount of hand traps, not too much, but as you can see, it's kind of like a blend of both. So I'm playing obviously three Ash. I've seen some builds that kind of side it, but I think it was just better. Just put it in the main deck. It was generic. It was a fires, whatever. But what was spicy was the four Bystials, because a lot of people weren't really playing them like that many. Like if you're playing Snake, yes, but in Tenpai, I think you definitely need maybe like 4 to 6 Bystials. Reason why is because it's so good against the Fiendsmith deck, and all these guys was like low key crazy. The two MVPs honestly was Magnemite. I drew this guy a lot today, and I was happy about that. And I also drew Baldric a lot. This card is like really insane in this format. That's why you see I'm playing two over the two Druids. I think Druids is fine at one because I play Shifter. Most times I don't really get his effect off, but at least Baldric is kind of crazy. So if I know Baldric seals, I can still tribute off the seals if it gets impermed or something. And then, as you see, I played three shifters. This card was crazy. This single handedly won me a lot of matches. It made a lot of stuff a lot easier. And something that I did different, I'm playing 10 Tenpai monsters. A lot of people think this is controversial, but I'll tell you my reasoning why. But definitely three red dragon. Green dragon is the worst one, so we just play one. Three yellow dragon and three white dragon. So I've seen a lot of lists play one. Don't agree with that, whether they're playing shifter or not. My ideology is there's a couple things. One, yes, this is very fragile, but he's still a summon. And he is literally any name. He's another tuner, so that gives us 6 tuners in total. And another thing too, there's some combos where if your seals gets interacted with and you have a set Kaiman, a lot of the plays that I like to do is go seals as chainlink one, see if they want to do anything to try to bounce. If they don't, I just respond with Kaiman. Kaiman search to Genroku. So that's why it's important to always have at least one or two in your deck. Because you want to at least, especially because of Shifter, you always want to have these. But with that play, because Seals is mandatory to summon from deck, you go Chainlink 1, Seals, and then Chainlink 2, Genroku to summon from hand. So they can never ash your Seals. So like post side against Yubel, it pretty much puts Quacky Mirror Drago out there for free, and they can't do anything about it. And it goes for like other matchups as well. Because sometimes I will seal on my first turn, like after I make seals, and I'll put out a Bisteel as just like a combo piece. Sometimes you can bounce the Bisteel back if you want just to reuse it. Especially if you open like two shifters and stuff like that. And like I said, I always want to have at least one of these in a deck. If I shifted them, I typically don't ever like summon Fedora out of the deck unless I have to, because this is the worst one to draw, but it's the best one when you're trying to end the game a lot of the time because it just revives one. And then for the spells, you see all the like blowouts. Playing the 2 Dark Hole. I was gonna play 3, but I like having the 4 Bystials. A Duster. Just got to clear the back row. 2 Storms. This card was good too. And 3 Raigeki. Raigeki is just so silly because people don't expect it a lot of the time. Like even with a lot of the topping lists, even the guy that won EU, it was actually kind of funny because he was playing it too. A lot of people don't expect it. And 2 Prosperity. So the reason why I'm playing two is because I don't really want to draw this card too much. I just need a decent amount of consistency, at least to always be able to play. And I don't think you need a third. And for the rest of the spells, we got both the Sengen cards. We have Sengen Kaiman, and we have Summoning. This card's a Pokemon card. I could definitely foresee this card getting hit in the future. Hopefully it doesn't, but it probably will. Like, more than likely. And Terraforming just to get to it. And as I talked about before, the 3 Imperms. So, extra deck, nothing too crazy, but definitely playing Black Roads is really cool. Some of this rarely, but still need it. Kobo, this actually won me the tournament. And my last match, I shifted him. And then because I opened a Bestial as well and access to a tuner, first play I made was Transcendent. And when I was doing the OTK, just popped a field spell with this during the battle phase. So that was enough damage. Meteor Burst is typically for the mirror, but I rarely summon it. This card was actually insane. I played against a stun deck. Oh my lord, this was so annoying. Once I finally played through all the trap cards, like I just made this to banish all the trap cards, like because cards that could float, maybe like rollback and stuff like that. So I definitely clearing his graveyard actually won me that match too. Samurai Destroyer, this card is busted, but I didn't play against you Bell today. We have the 2 Bident, and I still play 2 Transcendent. I think just having another good 10 that you can go through is really good. Because a lot of times, if your opponent has like an Imperm or something, and you try to go to battle, they'll do this during the main phase. And then if I could sneak my way into a second one, it's really good. On top of the fact that people still play Kashtira Unicorn. And I really would prefer this card not to get hit out of my extra deck. This card's like the backbone. And then Dragion, because I asked a friend. But some of this maybe like once or twice. But most times Transcendent pretty much just killed them. And then for my lengths, I really like the Doolittle play along with the Princess. So like whenever I make Princess to unfire lock myself, I just climb to this. So during my opponent's turn, especially after I ran through some cards, I use Princess to target my Chimera to blow it up, and then use Chimera to target the Genroku. So then Genroku will just summon himself right back to the field. So you always keep board presence. Double Seals, I think this is insane as well. It's like the only real going first play that we have that's decent, but sometimes it's good, backed up with hand traps, other times it's not. And then Hita. It's another cool play. Same thing with Chimera, where you just go to battle. If you get barriered or something crazy, you just crash your Hita, search Genroku, and then Genroku could summon himself. Even during the damage step, he could just summon himself. So that's pretty insane. And then for the side deck, it's a little weird, but 2 Phantasme. After today, I'm probably going to play 3, maybe. Or at least play 1 in the main deck, because it's not a bad search off of Magnemite. And it's like Mulcharmy. Now that I have it, I can definitely play it. But it helps you draw into some of your hand traps and your blowout cards. It does conflict with something like Imperm and Lightning Storm, but 9 times out of 10, he may not stay on the field anyway. But if he does, then I just probably won't use him. I just kind of use that decision making. Dogwood, this card probably should be banned. But hey, need it just in case, because the snake deck literally could just combo forever, and it takes up a lot of time, and the deck is like difficult to play, especially with the Fiend Smith cards now, and they have a burn card for some reason. So this card keeps you alive, and it's actually good. Drago card's insane against anything like branded, which I did side in and they play against, and it's good against you Bell. And then 2 Nip, just because we played a Phantasme, and now we have Mulcharmy, so we have a higher chance to draw it as well. And then because we need more back row hate, because the stun matchups are kind of crazy. So yeah, the 3 Cyclone. And then another good card that I wanted to play was Droplet. I didn't think I needed it in my main deck because I'm playing more Bestials, but I didn't want to have too many cards in my deck that like conflict with Shifter, and there's not very many that do. because even the Bestials could just banish the shifter. So if I draw another shifter or another Bestial or something like that, I just shifted them again. And Droplet does conflict with shifter. And one of my matches, I did draw both of them side by side because I didn't really have too much to keep it in the matchup based on my side. But it didn't matter because I just went shifter and it was enough. And then did my whole combo that OTK'd. And then one rivalry. It's kind of busted too. You just draw it. It's good. It's good against decks that can't really play around it very well. It's good against Snake Eye too. So you never know if they're gonna make you go first or second. So that's just a good option. But yeah, that's pretty much what I played
What were your
here.
matchups?
Okay. So the first round I played against a mirror match. That was scary. I lost the roll. It sucks. So I immediately lost game one. Game two, I won, and then game three, Baldrake was MVP because my opponent he made a transcendent, and then I just activated Baldrake, tribute off my seals or whatever other monster that I had. Can't remember. I think it was a Bestial, and then I just banished it, and then I was able to hand trap him appropriately. So when they went Kaiman during the battle phase, the Imperm just kind of went crazy. Imperm and Ash was good. So um, I also played against a stun deck that was crazy. As y'all heard, the Ruddy won me that matchup. Then I also played against Branded. That was one of the only decks I went into a game three with. Tenpai was the other one, but Branded can be hard sometimes, obviously because of the puppet. But if you have these, you're fine. If you have these, you're fine. But Shifter won that matchup, game three, which was awesome. Shifter plus a Magnamut, which gave me a Genroku during the end phase, and then Genroku summoned himself. So immediately, during my turn, I immediately could just make a Synchro 10 before doing anything, and I had Kaiman. So I was able to literally make Transcendent, switch all his stuff to attack mode, and then just go battle phase, and then the game was over. And I also played against a Snake Eye Fiendsmith deck, and this card carried in both of those games, which is kind of funny because I opened multiple hand traps, but I literally was like anything in draw phase and then just shifted. So I got lucky drawing shifter as much as I did, which is pretty cool. And then game two, same thing happened. I asked anything shifter because my opening hand was crazy. It was like Pydra, Field Spell, Shifter, Phantasme, and Nib. So and then going second, I drew Raigeki. So it was like insane. That last hand was just custom. So, but yeah, and then we cut to top four there, and we had a lot of good, decent players as well. So it wasn't like a free tournament or anything. It was actually still difficult because we actually still had good players and meta decks there. But yeah, that's what I ended up playing. I did sort of take a hiatus, but my camera broke, so I kind of had no choice. But maybe we should be getting some more consistent content. Let me know what you guys think. If y'all like it, give me a like, comment, subscribe. We've been losing subs lately because I've been inactive, but it's not too much I can do about that. So let's get Taka Fan big. All right. Peace.